Good evening, Coyote fans. Welcome into episode 28 of the Howling podcast. My name is Jordan Deckard. Tonight, joined once again by Mark and Chad. Catch us on X at HowlWithUs3. My handle on X is at JD605. Mark at WDiamond605. And Chad is at Chadburger, BIRGER, at Chadburger. Quick disclaimer before we begin, the opinions on this show are strictly ours and not those of USD or the athletic department. Tonight's show is once again brought to you by the Wakanda Peach Company out of Burbank, South Dakota. Wakanda Peach Company, where all your peach dreams come true. Let's get it going. Mark and Chad, welcome in. Happy Sunday. What's good?
Good to see you guys.
Let's go!
Bunch of jabronis.
Let's get fired up. All right.
And so, hey, yes, I think the AEW guys are joining in right now. Welcome. No, I'm just kidding.
Those pencil-armed jabronis wouldn't stand a chance against us. Oh, no, that was great. That was a fun time. No, it was a great week. The weather was awesome this past week. I really enjoyed some great stuff. And, unfortunately, the river effect weather down in Burbank kind of threw things off for Mark. And, it's going to be a little cooler this week. And that second winter or third winter or whatever we're on right now is going to rear its ugly head for a little bit. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we had a little bit of everything down in Burbank this week. Thunder, lightning, snow, hail, rain, 80 degrees.
And only one video?
Degrees.
Did you do a tweet that it was raining?
The next morning I was going to do it's raining, but it was too cold. I didn't want to go outside, so that's on me.
That's fair.
So for those of you that are wondering, I started doing those weather videos, probably like 2018. Just on a whim, I decided to do one time when it was snowing, and it caught on and everyone loved them. And so now if you are experiencing any type of weather and you want to take a video and post it on X and tag us in it, go ahead and do so. We'll go ahead and maybe give out some prizes or swag. I don't know. We'll see what happens for some great weather report videos over the next couple months here. So spring in South Dakota is always fun. Obviously, safety first. If you're in the middle of a tornado, don't be outside tweeting a weather report. But take care of yourself and your family, and then if you're in a safe spot, go ahead and make a weather video and tweet it at us.
But it would be really cool if there was a tornado in the background and you were like, it's a twister. Just saying.
Oh, all right. Well, if you're watching live tonight on YouTube, go ahead and join in. The live chat's open. Throw some comments in there. Interact with the show. We'd love to have you as a part of the show. We do not have a guest tonight, so it's just the three of us talking. Hopefully our numbers don't go down after saying that. But we're excited to share what happened this past week in Coyote Athletics with all of you. Also, before we shout out a fan of the show, before we get further, shout out to a fan of the show, Nick Oyen. Happy birthday, Nick.
Happy birthday.
Yep.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you and yours.
Nice.
There we go.
Thank you.
We can't sing the actual happy birthday song because apparently it violates copyright stuff. So I don't know how all that works with YouTube.
So you get me.
Yep. So we get Jordan's rendition of happy birthday.
I'm sure that'll be the thumbnail to this video too.
That's right.
It's going to be Jordan either taking a drink or with his eyes closed at some point. So that's kind of how YouTube
picks ridiculous faces. And I think Chad, I know Chad has options to choose, and he only does the ones of my face being awkward.
I rarely select the video.
Really? Interesting. Really?
All right. Well, let's dive into some news and notes here, Mark. You want to share some of this information?
Yeah. So calling all Yotes, as we mentioned, I believe last week, but we'll mention it again this week, April 11th. Tickets are now available. I don't know if any tables are available, but I know you can find a seat on a table. Those are available. Season tickets for football, volleyball, men's basketball, women's basketball are all on sale now. Football held a junior day. I don't know if you've been following on, especially Twitter, where I've been kind of paying attention. I know the crew has been retweeting just about every junior that was on campus. It was a lot. Felt like 500,000 of them, but
seriously,
record turnout, I'm told, for that. And so shout out to all the juniors that made the trip to Vermilion.
Those are high school juniors, not people with
yes.
that have the dad with the same name.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Thank you for pointing that out. The spring day, what would typically be the spring game, happens April 12th. We mentioned this a little later as well, but featuring a junior clinic with autographs. So kids kindergarten through 8th grade. That all starts at 1 p.m. with the practice. And then
so if you're following along, these are not juniors in high school. These are kindergarten through 8th grade. So that's referred to as junior in that regard. They're not people who have the dad with the same name or high school juniors. Just FYI, clearing all that up for us.
Chad is doing what I used to do in college when there'd be a minimum word amount on a paper and you just like kept explaining random crap. We have a short show tonight. So this is what Chad's doing to try to get to that 50-minute mark. So
I'm going to really try to work in a junior, as in a kid of a dad, in the episode here. I'll work on that. USD held their pro day. 15 football players participated at the Dome. A lot of great numbers from a lot of Blake Holden stands out. 33 reps of what's the bench? 225?
225.
Yeah.
What's the most you've ever done, Mark?
Well, I think that's 32 and a half more than I've ever done at 225. Okay. So,
Jordan, what's your best?
I am the same. I almost got one, but did not get a full one.
Okay. All right. And I haven't bench pressed in over 5 years since I tore my pec. But prior to that, 24 was my high. So I'm a little higher than you guys. Yeah.
Right. We're jabronis. Women's basketball news. Cassie Carson announced she's medically retiring due to a couple knee injuries over the course of her career. We wish her the best. Also, Alex Flattery out of Nebraska Kearney announced her transfer, a freshman transfer. We talked with Coach Amy a couple weeks ago about transfer portal. She looks at how many years they have left. Well, in this case, Alex has 3 years left. So she's transferring to USD this fall. So look forward to meeting her and getting to know her. And volleyball played 3 teams in Omaha. I believe it was this morning. No idea how that turned out. They did not post results, but they were in action. Go Yotes.
Yeah. And, excited to see a little bit of what's happening here. There's a few more opportunities to catch some volleyball this spring. So make sure to go to goyotes.com and check that out. The schedule is posted here, I don't know, almost a month ago. So check out that schedule, but I think there's an opportunity in Sioux Falls. There's one in Vermilion, and then there's one in Madison, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
So check out those opportunities and make sure to get out there. And, if you happen to get the results and you want to share them with us, that would be great as well. I'm going to try to catch the one in Sioux Falls if I can, if it works out. And so hopefully we can hear a little bit about volleyball and how things are looking this spring.
Mark and Chad, do you guys know, for folks interested in the Calling All Coyotes, does that purchase of a seat go towards your Yote fund level? I know, if you buy something from it, if you win an auction item, it does. But do you think that purchasing a single spot?
I mean, I guess I don't know for certain, but my impression was that everything counts, right?
That's what my thought was too. I was just, in case folks out there. I would recommend going. It's a blast. But
yeah, it's a good time. Good food.
Great. Yeah, great food.
All right. Well, what happened this past week? The results from this past week are out there. Track and field had student athletes compete at the Clyde Littlefield Texas Relays, or Bobcat Invitational. And Mason Sindelar, Caleb Rivera, Tommy Nickel, and Tommy Hensley broke a 26-year-old record in the men's distance relay by almost 8 seconds with a time of 9 minutes, 46 seconds. Tremendous. Let's give him a round of applause. Excellent job.
And I believe, Chad, that is Mason Sindelar Jr. the third.
Yes. Yes. Tommy and his other brother, Tommy.
Yes.
Tommy boys.
Women's golf took second place at the Ozarks National Invitational. Excellent job, women's golf. Men's golf took 7th place at the Bellbank Pay It Forward Collegiate. So, a little bit of room for improvement there for the guys, but, 7th place.
It was a tough field, though. If I was reading, obviously all these results are on goyotes.com. If I was reading the recap, this was a pretty tough field that they were a part of. So they didn't get last. I think there was 10 or 11 teams, but they held their own. It was a good showing.
Softball dropped the weekend series with St. Thomas, 2-1. We'll go over some of the individual game results here in a little bit. And tennis had a couple of matches this week. USD is now a tennis school, so we're proud to promote the tennis program at USD. Friday, gorgeous day, beautiful outside. Had a home meet on campus, and unfortunately dropped that one 4-3 to Oral Roberts. But then today they had one scheduled. It was supposed to be a home meet down in Vermilion. Due to weather, they moved it up to Sioux Falls to the Huther Match Point Tennis Center, and it was at 9 a.m. So a little bit before, during my church time there, so I wasn't able to attend, but pulled off the big 5-2 victory over St. Thomas this morning.
They seem to like to play in the Huther Match Point Center.
What, have you been in there before?
I have not. I've seen
a
pictures and videos. It looks awesome.
Spectacular facility. So I would like to play there.
They're undefeated in there this year, aren't they? Wouldn't that be 2-0?
Yeah. Well, I think, have we played one other one in there too? I don't remember for sure, but yeah.
Maybe they probably won that one.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. Yep. So let's go ahead and go through some of those individual results next. We've got the Oral Roberts one. We mentioned it was at the USD tennis courts on Friday. Start time listed as noon. This one was a conference matchup, gorgeous day. Things started out, I'll jump right ahead to the doubles matches here. Started out with some good stuff happening in the doubles. The number 2 doubles, Bea and Grace, ended up winning that one. And our number 3 doubles team with Katerina and Selena just dropped a tough one. And our number 1 there, which finished the last one, Amanda and Sorsha were not able to pull that one out. So some couple tough ones in the doubles, and then they move over to singles and got, some tough losses for the number 1 and number 2, the number 1 singles. Number 2, Sorsha was able to pull this one out in that third set tiebreak for the big win. And then number 3, Amanda dropped a tough one to Marini Luna, if I'm reading this correctly, or maybe it's Luna Marini. I don't even know. And then Selena Bird dropped her match as well. But Katerina and Grace came out with the big wins. So it ended up being a tightly contested 4-3 loss. Yep, very, very close. Snug, as someone said.
Yes, snug late. Yep.
So tough one there to Oral Roberts, dropping the Yotes to 1-2 on the conference season. But then on Sunday, this morning, hosted St. Thomas, as we mentioned, at the Huther Family Match Point Center in Sioux Falls. This one, we'll go ahead and jump ahead here. Started out with the doubles. In the doubles, I think I mentioned this in a previous show, whichever team wins 2 out of the 3 doubles matches gets the point for doubles. And so you can see here that USD won the number 2 and the number 3 doubles. And so they didn't even finish the number 1 doubles match. As soon as USD won those 2, they just said USD gets the point. And so we got the point for that one. So
is UF mean you're finished?
Unfinished.
I like you're finished better, even though
Okay.
even
yours
though it
starts
starts with
with
Y, I think
Yeah.
that's how the kids are spelling things now these days. So I think
Okay.
you're finished, you are,
Right.
All right, Jordan.
Thank you, Tom.
Yeah, thank you. All right. So then the singles matches came out, and in this case, Katarina dropped hers right away. And then next was the number 4 singles result, and Selena made pretty good, light work there of her opponent. And so, kind of back and forth there. And then the number 5 singles ended up with a second set tie break, which was those are always really exciting if you ever get a chance to watch any of that stuff. But Grace Chaddock came out on top of that second set tie break to give USD the 3 sets ahead. And then it came down to USD basically needed 1 out of the final 3 to win the match, the overall match. And number 1 singles finished. Bea took care of business, TCB as they say, and clinched it for the Yotes. And then it came down to Sorsha and Amanda, and Sorsha ended up dropping a tough one in tie breaks in both of those 2 sets. But Amanda, made light work there in set 2 of her opponent, and the Yotes won
Dubs.
handily 5-2 in that one. So great job, ladies. We're very proud of you. Hoping to talk more tennis here in the next few weeks. You guys have any comments about tennis at all?
Looked like a lot of close matches. And the other thing I would mention is in the whole matchup there, I noticed that the tennis courts were called the USD tennis courts. Maybe there's an opportunity to call it Howling Podcast tennis courts.
The Wakanda Peach Company of Burbank, South Dakota.
Yeah, they're pretty stretched out.
Okay.
We need another peach tree before we can start talking about that.
Well, let's jump on over to softball then, Mark. You want to talk about softball?
Yeah. So this series with St. Thomas got moved up due to the impending weather this weekend. So I believe they played a game on Thursday and a doubleheader on Friday. So Thursday was their pink game. Again, I'm curious how they're keeping attendance here, but they say 193 people showed up for the game, and it was a tough one. St. Thomas scored 7 runs in the first inning, which was more than enough to finish us off. We ended up losing the game 7-1. So
we held them scoreless for 6 innings.
We sure did. If it wasn't for that first inning, it was a barn burner. So.
Can you control the slides here, Mark, or do you need me to do it? So
I have no idea if I can. I don't have them up.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right.
Game 2. This was a marathon type game. 11 innings. St. Thomas ended up pulling this one out. In the 11th, 108 people in attendance. You look at the box score of this game, it was a lot of missed opportunities late in the game. We had a chance to win it in the bottom of the 7th and runners on third in numerous innings. I can't remember which innings exactly, but we had the winning run on third a couple times here in the late innings, and unfortunately couldn't get them across. St. Thomas ended up doing that in the 11th and came out with the victory. But we bounced back in the doubleheader. In a rain-shortened 6-inning game, Coyotes came out on top, 8-6. Another 108 people in attendance. Good bounce-back win for the Yotes. McKenna Young pitched very well for the majority of that game. So, on to the next.
Well, good.
Very good.
Yeah. So overall, the Yotes, if we go ahead and pull the slide back up here, are 20-14 on the season. It doesn't explicitly say the conference record on here, though, Mark. Is that something that they keep track of?
Yes, they do. I believe their previous last week. I think they were 2-1. This week they're 1-2. I believe they're 3-3 in the conference. So
Okay.
A young team. They're really fun to watch. A lot of young talent. If we could keep them here for 4 years, I think we got a really nice foundation there. So excited to see how they grow throughout the season here.
Yeah.
Maybe this could be a fun class to not necessarily turn it around. They've always been good, but like to be at the top of the Summit League for softball.
I believe they have South Dakota State coming up. That'll be a great measuring stick for where we're at. So,
yeah, sounds good. Ice board going to be at that one?
If it's in Brookings, yeah.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and jump back in and talk a little bit about our bracket challenge. So
do we have to? Can we skip this segment?
No, we're going to go definitely the men's bracket. We're going over.
A couple weeks ago, we posted that we were going to have a bracket challenge, and so, last week I was in first place for the men's bracket. Everything was going great, and then my upsets didn't really hold through. It was very chalky this past week. So what we end up having here is we can see, what the results are here. MS Big Bracket Ones pick 7. I'm sure that's not their legal name.
7 brackets.
That's what I was wondering. Is that their 7th bracket?
I don't know, but congratulations, you're in first place right now. Go Yotes number 53 is in second place, and then J West 555. Who J West has been up at the top of the standings pretty much the whole time. So they're tied for second right now, and then we got Ryan Peoples. Dr. O is in there analyzing your. There's a play with the UR. Okay.
Yep.
Analyzing your picks, and then CJ, and then Wakanda Peach Company in 6th place there. So I know that person.
Go Houston.
Yeah, and then my team lost this afternoon, so I dropped down to 12th place. A little bit disappointing. Jordan, where's your name on this list?
Down.
Oh, wait, there you are.
Oh boy,
there you are. Oh, 19.
Okay. Let's talk about bias here. Where the projected is still pretty high. You put this fat finger of a laughing emoji right over the projected.
19th place, Jordan. 19th.
Let's go Duke.
Well, but if we look at this, Jordan, the people in first and second place also have Duke picked, and then there's a person in 10th place who also picked Duke. So you're not going to win.
I guarantee you they didn't pick Louisville to go to the Elite Eight, so that's my bad. Duly noted for the years to come. We're going to have to, if you fill out the men's bracket like a women's bracket and you pick a couple of upsets, and you just go chalk, you're going to do fine. I think men's tournament's heading that way, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, I'm afraid you're right.
Straight cash, homie. Yep.
Cash more than legacy.
Teams that have the money are the ones that will probably do well.
We can skip over the next two, Chad.
We'll skip over the next two.
No,
well, we do have the women's bracket here, and you can see Ryan in first place, tied with several others. Okay. And they, South Carolina, very prevalent as far as champions go on this one.
They had a scare this weekend.
Jordan, I believe you're on. Is that you, number 6, or is that one of your relatives?
That is me right behind Mitch there. So,
okay.
Mitch is sitting pretty too in the 5 spot. He's got a nice max potential. I had Notre Dame in the Final Four, so I am not going to get first place in this group. I am done.
Dr. Owen 10th or 9th there. Sorry.
Yeah. Where are you guys at? I was just curious.
Chad did not enter.
Oh, there's the Wakanda Peach Company down there at 14th place.
I believe there's
Chad didn't fill out women's.
18 people in this
well,
pool.
So here's the thing, Jordan. I was on a family trip in Texas when all of this stuff went down. And I'm very fortunate that I was able to get a men's bracket filled out. I wasn't going to press my luck for a women's. So
It would have all you had to do was literally click
chalk.
autofill.
Yeah.
Shame on you for not supporting women's basketball.
I do support women's basketball. Wow.
Spicy.
Well, if any of you out there would like to comment on your bracket, we don't want to hear about it. So don't put the comments in the chat. We really don't care how your bracket's doing.
And honestly, if some of those people that are at the top win, we're not even going to know who it is.
Right. Yeah.
They might let us know.
Hopefully they let us know. I think you promised some swag in there, Jordan, didn't you? Didn't you promise?
Yeah, I'm still sitting in my cart. I got to get it ordered.
Yeah. Get that taken care of, man. You can't promise something and not deliver.
Oh, we always deliver. Well, I don't deliver it. FedEx will deliver it. But it might not be soon, but it'll get to you. It'll be like the little NDSU season-ending gift. The 29, if you donated like $29.28, and they're like, here's a gift. And then 4 months later, it shows up. I get a random package. I have no idea what it is. And it's a nice little commemorative football. So maybe I'll ship out the swag in like 3 months. Keep it like a surprise.
Well, what do we have to look forward to this coming week? Well, track and field has an early bird in Vermilion Saturday and Sunday. How's the weather forecast look for Saturday and Sunday?
Cold.
I have no idea.
It might be a fun one.
50s, hopefully.
Yeah.
I can take a look here. So Vermilion, Saturday and Sunday, dragging this out, no dead airspace. Ooh, windy. Very windy. Saturday, high 51, clouds, wind. Sunday, low of 25 overnight. Sunday, 51 and wind. Depending where that wind's coming from, might be a fun day to pole vault.
It's tough to be a track and field fan in South Dakota.
It is.
It's bundle up if you're headed out.
Some years though, that track or that early bird, that's beautiful. It's gorgeous outside for it. Not this year.
Well, we'll wait and see. We don't always trust the things the National Weather Service puts out there. Sometimes they put graphics out there we're not sure about. And so, we'll wait and see later in the week and see if that forecast kind of solidifies a little bit. But tennis is up at UND up in Grand Forks.
I hope they have an indoor facility.
Yeah. So hopefully hopefully it's a decent time up there. I'm guessing they have an indoor facility up there that they can play at. I can't imagine they would have strictly outdoor in Grand Forks, but
Yeah.
Volleyball plays NDSU in Madison, South Dakota. So if you're anywhere around Madison and you want to, jump in, go ahead and do that. Do we have a date and time for that?
It's the 5th. I get the sponsored ads from Madison's Chamber of Commerce. It's Saturday the 5th. I don't know the time though, but it's at Madison High School. But if you guys, if folks listening, watching, whatever, just Facebook the Madison Area Chamber of Commerce. It's at 1
p.m.
1 p.m. Madison High School, it says. It's called the America's Hometown Volleyball Showdown, and playing NDSU there. I think, do we have unfinished business with NDSU? I don't even know.
With a name like that, it feels like they should keep score.
Yeah.
But if anyone's going up there, like, grab a pen and paper and let us know how it went.
Right.
Tweet at us.
You don't even have to tell us what the individual set scores were. We don't, 25-17. That doesn't really matter. Just tell us, was it 3-2? Was it 3-1? Just that's all we need to know. So you don't even need to write it down. You can literally just, keep track of that score and
No,
send
screw
it
that.
our
I
way.
want to know sets. Tweet at us. If you don't remember our Twitter handle, rewind this back to the first 30 seconds. At HowWithUs3. We want updates.
And he's at JD605. And I'm at
Mark,
Chad
you wanted to
Berger.
know if we
BIR.
had
GER.
Is
BIR.
that this weekend? I might go up. I might go. Maybe I'll be
So-
our scorekeeper. Yeah, it's Saturday. I might go.
Okay.
We beat NDSU in Vermilion 3-2 and then 3-1 this year. So not necessarily unfinished business.
Okay.
Chance to get better though. Get a
Yeah.
rally clap.
And then, the following week, April 10th at Sioux Falls. And so that's the one I'm probably going to try to attend. University of Sioux Falls over there, the world's only Stewart Center. So that'll be a good one. And then the following Tuesday, April 15th, hosting Augustana. So that's not this week, but those are some things to look forward to. Where am I getting all this information from? I'm getting it from goyotes.com. So if you have questions and you want the answers to those questions, go to goyotes.com, and more than likely you'll be able to find the answers to those questions.
Chad, are you going to wear a red shirt and a purple hat, or how are you doing that on the 10th?
Well, I never played volleyball when I was at University of Sioux Falls, so I didn't play at USD either, but I'm probably going to go, cheer for the Yotes in that one.
Respect.
We'll
Me
see.
too.
All right. And then softball at Drake. I'm more of a Kendrick Lamar fan, but no, not that Drake. Sorry. At Drake University on Wednesday. And it's sorry, George is just shaking his head at my dad jokes right now.
Future is now, old man.
Doubleheader. And then the team in Brookings on Saturday, doubleheader and Sunday. So lots of softball coming up this next week. Make sure to tune in. And if you are not able to attend, follow along on goyotes.com. They've got live stats. They've got all kinds of stuff available up there. So
Summit League Network will have the Brookings games for sure.
right.
Well,
Probably not the Drake game.
Yeah. In theory, they should have it. I might mention that a little later here.
Okay. Good. Well, any other comments on what's coming up this week?
There's non-USD related, but something cool, at least for Summit League women's basketball. NDSU is still alive in the WNIT. I think they play tomorrow in the quarterfinals against Troy. Did Midco pick up our WNIT run games, or are they done after Summit League? Well, it wouldn't matter, I guess. NDSU goes WDAY, don't they?
Yeah.
Okay,
But they're
so
still
probably not
on
gonna-
the Summit League network during
Okay.
regular season. I don't know who has broadcasting rights for the WNIT though. That might be a 4-letter network, or they might do the Flow Sports. I don't even know.
Oh, okay. I'll check it out, but I think it's at 7:00 tomorrow. So still pretty cool that they're doing well, and really the only team that hasn't in the Summit League that hasn't lost anyone, because I think the players can still declare for the portal if they want to be done with the season. But
Can't imagine
we'll
Jory
see.
would appreciate that very much. But also, we should mention former Yote Natalie Missouri, TCU. I believe they're in the Elite Eight. I don't know if they're playing tomorrow or when that is exactly, but
They
TCU,
are
pretty good squad.
They are tomorrow at, give me one sec here, 6:00. They're playing Tejas, Texas.
Oh yeah, in-state.
In-state game. I kind of agree with Gino and Mulkey on the super regionals. I don't know why they only have the 2 sites.
I don't like that either.
When you're trying to grow, and like, was it Mulkey that said it, but women's basketball right now is at a peak that as far as like popularity, and they would nearly sell out these arenas if you had it in 4 versus 2.
Yep.
Maybe Sioux Falls.
Wichita was fun.
Oh my gosh, I love every year those memories pop up.
Yeah.
It's such a blast.
And I'm Going to Wichita is a part of which song, Mark?
Wichita.
Seven Nation Army. That's some lyrics and
Oh
the
my
greatest
goodness. I knew
sports rock anthem of all time.
I knew it.
And it's a part of one of the greatest comedy movies of all time. Planes,
Far
Trains, and
from this
Automobiles.
opera forevermore. All right. Well, let's go ahead and highlight beyond this week. We already mentioned this, but the Coyote Football Family Day on April 12th, there's a chance for you to get out there, meet the team, some of your youngsters. I won't say juniors, but some of your youngsters age kindergarten through 8th grade have the opportunity to get out there and get on the field with the Yotes and do some fun stuff. And you could meet the players. We were talking beforehand, football is kind of a tricky sport because you don't really get to know who the players are if all you do is go to games, because they wear these helmets. And so you see a big guy wearing number 87 on his jersey or whatever it is. But if you run into that person out and around town, you don't necessarily know who it is. So this is a great opportunity to get to know who some of those players are. So take advantage of that. I believe it's at the Dome. Is that correct, Jordan?
Yep.
On April 12th. And the time for this one, I'm sure we'll highlight it in a little bit more detail next week, but it's in the afternoon. Is that correct?
1 o'clock.
1 p.m. All right. So take advantage of that opportunity. All right. Anything else you guys want to discuss here?
Tailgate lots open at 11-ish, 10:30, unofficially.
I would think so. We did that with Back to Pack last year, and nobody really did anything. They were fine with it. So,
right. No, I think there'll be a presence there.
Debut of the new logo flag? Question mark?
Question mark?
Ooh. Speaking of that, what's that hat? What's the hat you got on right there, Mark?
Oh, yeah, that is the new logo, which doesn't appear very good in the dark here, but you'll see it around.
Yeah.
It's gonna be around.
We're working on some swag. If you guys that are listening and watching, if you're interested in swag, let us know.
All right. And now,
and that's just what they wanted to do there. And all things considered, again, as you see the iChart cardboard cutout, how appropriate.
Through the review, the iChart made its way to the video board. It really injected some energy.
our friend Mark Wendt is famous for holding up the eye chart at basketball games when officials make questionable calls on the court. We are going to go ahead and give you our eye chart moments of the week when people or individuals made questionable calls, whether it was on the court or in life. And so to start off with, we'll go ahead and talk about the results from last week's eye chart of the week. We had three choices here. We had a person who basically yanked on someone's ponytail, abused a player, Jim Zulo, Tesla car burners, and NCAA Fast Break Channel. You know, over 32,000 people saw it and 12,000 people voted, and these were the results. So I thought it was very appropriate the way it turned out. And so, you know, that's good, you know, good results. This week we've got some, I don't know, I'm going to call them bangers of iChart nominees. If any of you at home ever have iChart nominees as well, go ahead and tweet them at us, slide into the DMs, just send a tweet.
If you're watching, comment your iChart.
Yeah, throw them out there. Before we did mention, go into things, Mark, can you name the two officials that we got photos during the season here with the iChart?
Oh my gosh. Well, Mark Riggs is the one we're looking at right now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one, I can't think of his name. It's
Luke Schumer.
Luke. Yes, Luke.
Yes, Luke Schumer. All right.
He was a great sport about it.
Oh yes, yeah.
Both of them
So
were. It was
Is
fun.
Luke the one that worked both of our games at the Summit League
yes,
tournament?
Correct.
yeah. Yep. One of the
He was-
two who worked both of our games. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't have a good game. I think it was Omaha. He didn't have a good one.
Well, we didn't either.
I'll be sure to be a grown man and remind him of that next time in Vermilion next year.
Yeah.
I'm kidding,
All right.
obviously.
All right. So, Mark, since your nominee one got the most votes in the eye chart of the week, it's your turn to go ahead and give your eye chart of the week.
Yeah, I should have made a banner like you did, Chad. This is strictly my opinion, and it's totally unrelated to what I do for a living or anything like that. But my eye chart of the week goes to the Midco Sports Plus app / Summit League Network, however we're referring to that nowadays. So on Friday, I picked up my girls and we went to Walmart. And I got home and I wanted to check the score of the softball game. And I see, due to the first game going 11 innings, they were quite a bit behind, and the game was still ongoing. It was 5-5 in the sixth or ish inning. So I thought, well, I'm going to turn on the game and see how this turns out. So I open the app on my TV and it says a subscription is required. Now I pay for the Midco Sports app monthly, and it auto renews every month. Been like that for 3 years. So I'm wondering if my debit card has expired or something like that, whatever they have on file. I go online and I'm set to renew on Saturday, but I can't watch the game on Friday. It didn't get resolved. Obviously, it auto-renewed the next day, but I didn't get to catch the end of the game on Friday. So Midco Sports Plus / Summit League Network, you get my eye chart of the week.
Brutal.
Good one. That's a good one.
Yep. Yeah. Come on. Figure it out, Midco Sports Plus. All right. Well, I'll go next. My eye chart of the week for this week also goes to Mid-Continent. I have been a Midco cable customer for years and years and years. I don't even know how long I've been a Midco customer, but it's probably more than a dozen years. And this ongoing interaction that we keep having with broadcasting Major League Baseball games is getting to be a gigantic fiasco. On Wednesday, the day before opening day, I was excited because I saw news and notes that Midco, which I am a subscriber of, was going to broadcast my favorite team, the Minnesota Twins, starting on opening day. Great, that's fine. So I wake up on Thursday morning and I go to the channel that they tell me that it's supposed to be on, and there's nothing. There's no channel even available at that point. And I pay for the premium package. I have the sports and variety package included in my subscription. And so I call the 1-800 number for Midco, and they say, yeah, it just might not be loaded yet. Just reboot your system. And so I reboot my system and I go do some other things for a while, and I come back, channel's still not there. So I call back and I talk with another person, and this person says, hey, it looks like you have a subscription to our old services. You need to contact our sales department and get upgraded to our new services. What? So I think about it, and I get contacted by someone from Midco, and we kind of have an ongoing discussion. And basically, they're trying to get rid of using cable boxes for cable. They're trying to switch it to a streaming platform. But in order for me to do that, I would have to go take all of my old equipment all the way across the town of Sioux Falls, deliver it to a location that's not anywhere near where I live, and then they would give me new equipment, because apparently you need equipment to run a streaming service rather than just internet service. I don't know how it works. It's a fiasco. Nothing got resolved. Midco, you get my eye chart of the week.
All right. Mine's not Midco. So sorry to stop that train. Mine goes to the governor of Minnesota, Governor Tim Walz, on opening day. Tweets out, "Happy opening day, Minnesota!" Exclamation mark. 162-0. Period. Twins have not won a game since that tweet. They have not played well at all since that tweet. And it is 105% Governor Tim Walz's fault. So Governor Walz gets my eye chart of the week.
Oh, 162.
Yeah, solid nominees this week. Mark, how are the Pirates doing so far this season?
The Pirates opened with the Florida Marlins. No, yeah, the Florida Marlins.
Miami Marlins.
Yes, my bad. I'm old. Miami Marlins. Projected to be one of the worst teams in Major League Baseball. 4-game series to open the season, and the Pirates are standing at 1-3, losing on 3 walk-offs in various fashions. So
I'm surprised your Pirates didn't get your eye chart.
well, they almost did. But Midco Sports Plus irritated me slightly more.
Yeah. Did I mess up that graph? Are the Twins 0-4 or 0-3? I think
They
they're
are 0-3.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. I can't watch any of the games, so I don't even know. But yeah. Baseball. You know, I grew up watching baseball. I really want to enjoy baseball. Baseball makes it so hard to be a baseball fan. That's the thing with baseball.
I mean, it's not even worth an eye chart. Like Manfred I think he did a good job with the pitch clock. I have enjoyed that with like the pace of the game, but everything else has been a disaster. The TV deals, like everything has just been a disaster, and fans want access and they don't want to have to pay a lot. They don't want hoops to jump through. It's like I saw a tweet. I can't remember if you guys shared it or where I saw it, but it was like opening day. You know, how do I watch the NFL, right? Like, okay, you got Fox, CBS, NBC, ESPN. How do I watch my team in Major League Baseball? Well, if you have DirecTV, that's this channel or this channel or this channel. Dish, it's this, or you can subscribe to MLB.TV. And it was just like a paragraph. And the guy was like, I just want to watch my team. How do I do that?
And even after you jump through all those hoops, your game might be blacked out. So tough luck.
And it's amazing because they have so much great generational talent in the league right now, and you can't watch it.
No, it's bad.
I mean, Shohei is arguably one of the best, maybe end up being the best baseball player of all time, and it's hard to watch him. You can't watch him.
No, it's a problem.
Yeah. I mean, these are the issues that we have to deal with, you know, as society, but it's tough when I think we got spoiled there for a number of years. I will say on Thursday, I did listen to the opening day game on the radio. It was, you know, tough listen, but there still are other ways to catch the sporting events that you're trying to catch. Just it's difficult when, you know, we were spoiled for so many years of just having it available on our TV at the channel we wanted to, easy access, and now it just doesn't work anymore. So those are difficult things, but I'm sure we'll adapt. We'll figure it out. But I think, you know, the NFL, NBA, they're kind of getting it figured out. The NFL obviously has everything figured out, right? They're actually kind of going away as well with the number of streaming platforms that they're requiring for you to watch every single game. But for the most part, they do the best job. But yeah, the NBA, I can watch all my, you know, regional teams here pretty easily and things like that. But I think sports broadcasting, making things accessible is probably one of the challenges that we're going to face in the next, 5-10 years.
Yeah.
Well, and the NFL is king, and the NBA is in trouble. I think this time of year always sucks for them because you're sandwiched. Your regular season's coming to a close. You got March Madness for 3 weeks. And then once March Madness is done, it's the Masters and the NFL draft. And you're missing the first. They desperately need a great first round in the playoffs. Like that Chicago Lakers ending last week, they really needed that to stay like relevant in the highlight reel, because the NBA gets buried this time of year. Overall, not on ESPN, because that's obviously what they talk about are the Lakers and the Cowboys, but like overall, it's a really hard time for the NBA.
Yeah, agreed. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. I'm optimistic, but right now we're really excited about what's going on in Coyote Athletics, tennis, golf, track and field, softball. Lots of good things happening. Did I miss any there?
Nope.
I think coming up this week. So pay attention to what's going on. Hopefully, we'll have some volleyball results for you next week if Mark ends up going, or if any of you tweet at us. But yeah, looking forward to what's coming up here for Coyote Athletics, and excited to be where we're at. Any final comments here, guys?
I think we did miss one. Triathlon. I know they're sending 4 gals to a national type meet, which we'll cover next week. But yeah, just shout out to triathlon.
One thing for me, and some Yote fans are really good about this on X and Twitter, and Back to Pack guys are really good about this too. But if you do see like a junior in high school, senior in high school that visits, or heck, any student athlete that's announced a commitment to USD, give them a little like Go Yotes reply or engage with them on Twitter. It does go a ways to show like there's an active social fan base. So if you see that, give it like the fist pump emoji, Go Yotes, type in Go Yotes in the GIF bar, and Mitch from Back to Pack has created a ton of really good ones in there from all sports. So those student athletes appreciate it. So let's get a little bit more active.
Yep. Everything matters.
And speaking of that, you can be active with us on social media as well. You can follow us on Twitter or X at Howl with Us 3, or on Facebook. If you go to the Howling Podcast on Facebook, give us a follow. If we get to 100 followers on there, we get to like jump up and do some more advanced things. So probably be some prizes once we get up to 100 followers on the Facebook page as well. So if you're not following us on Facebook, go out and do that. Follow along with here, and we really appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. For Jordan Decker and Mark Wendt, I'm Chad Berger. Until next time, go Yotes.
Go Yotes.